Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So guys, I've had a few debates with a few people on my channel about, Vasily Lomachenko getting a rematch with Teofimo Lopez. And I actually said in the video that, I think he should get a rematch. And not because of the injury, because I think that's a load of nonsense, to be honest with you. I think that's, no fighter goes into the fight 100%. And I don't think Lomachenko went into the fight 100%. But Teofimo might have not gone into the fight 100%. Maybe he was injured. All fighters have some kind of niggle going into a fight. So I don't really buy the injury stuff. However, a lot of you are making out, like some of you I had a debate with saying that you think, oh, it wasn't even a close fight. Teofimo won easy. What fight were you watching? This is my scorecard. For me, Teofimo won the first 6 rounds. Lomachenko won 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And Teofimo won the 12th. That's 7-5. 7-5. Andre Ward, Teddy Atlas, and many others had the fight a draw. 6-6. Many others. And a lot of people will say, oh, Teddy Atlas loves Lomachenko. He's a Lomachenko fanboy. One thing I'll say about Teddy Atlas is the guy's a fair man. When it comes to scoring a fight, right? And I know a lot of Pacquiao fans don't like him. And a lot of them are on my channel. But let's not forget, when Jeff Horn got the decision about Manny Pacquiao, who was the one that was screaming and shouting about that decision? Teddy Atlas. So let's not ourselves. Teddy Atlas is a guy, even though I know he likes Lomachenko, right? He's a guy that when he scores a fight, remember when he scored Spence Porter, he had Spence to win that fight, probably by late stoppage, and he scored the fight a draw. And a lot of people thought that Porter deserved something from that fight. He scored this fight a draw. Teddy Atlas is a guy that scores the fight correctly. He scores the fight fairly. He's not biased because he knows how tough this sport is. He knows how rough this sport is. And one thing, even though I don't always agree with what Teddy Atlas has to say, when it comes to scoring a fight, that man is fair. Because he knows what fighters have to go through. He knows how hard that sport is. He knows how hard it is to get into that ring and get punched in the face. As he says himself, that a fighter could win and he could come out less. He comes out less of himself. Even if he wins. It's the only sport where even when you win, you come out less of yourself. So I agree with Teddy Atlas when he scores a fight because I think he scores it fairly. He's not biased because he knows how tough the sport is. And that's why I think he's a fair man when he's scoring the fight. I don't always agree with everything that he says, but in terms of when he's scoring the fight, he scores it fairly. He doesn't score it with any bias. Oh, I like Crawford, so I'm going to give Crawford. He scores it fairly, right? And he had the fight a draw. Andre Ward had the fight a draw, right? For me, personally, I just told you the scorecard, 7-5. If all those people had the fight a draw or 7-5 like I did, why doesn't Lomachenko deserve a rematch when it's that close? It's close. The fight was close. It wasn't a one-sided whooping. It wasn't 119, 109. Stop it. Stop it. If you're confident in yourself, Teofimo's just beat the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. In his words, he outboxed Lomachenko. In his words. So he's basically saying that I am a superior boxer than Lomachenko. So do it again. Why can't you do it again? Right? True warriors that have a close fight, do it again. When you feel like you won the lottery, you won't do it again. I'll give you an example. When Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran was a smaller man. He was the underdog against Sugar Ray Leonard. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time and he gave Sugar Ray Leonard the rematch. And Sugar Ray Leonard beat him, embarrassed him in the second fight. But yet, my respect, even though I was not around at that time, afterwards in years, for Roberto Duran goes through the roof because I'm thinking this guy was a smaller man. He beat a guy. He could have just said, you know what, I beat a bigger man. I'm not fighting him again. But Roberto Duran was a true warrior. That's the difference with these fighters and guys of the yesteryear. They were warriors. Floyd Mayweather, who all you guys love criticizing. When he fought Jose Luis Castillo and everybody thought he lost, what did he do? He gave him a rematch and beat him. When he fought Marcus Maidana and everybody thought he lost, what did he do? He gave him a rematch. So, again, when you believe in your skills, when you believe in your talent, the reason why Mayweather gave those guys rematches is because Mayweather believed in his skills. He believed in his talent. He knew he was the better fighter. So that's why he gave them a rematch and he beat them in the rematch. Roberto Duran, he believed in his skills. Even though when he beat Sugar Ray Leonard, he was an underdog. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard and he believed in his skills. He believed in his talent. He didn't feel like I won the lottery. He felt like I'm going to do it again. He couldn't do it again because Sugar Ray Leonard came out and fought a different game plan completely. But my respect for Roberto Duran rose because I was like, yo, this guy's a proper thug. He beat a bigger man than him, and he's giving him a rematch. That's what you call a warrior. If Teofimo believes in his skills, right, because he was the underdog in this fight. He was a big underdog. Fight him again, beat him again. And like I said, that's what warriors do. They fight the best. Lomachenko's still he's still the best. You know, for me, Teofimo won a close fight. He won 7-5. Lomachenko deserves a rematch. He deserves a rematch. You guys need to stop it. Right? I know some of you have an agenda. Some of you want Crawford to be exposed. You want Lomachenko to be... You're happy that Lomachenko lost. The fact of the matter is, right, that a true boxing fan is not happy when fighters lose. Just so then they can make the fighter that they support look even better. I said to you guys that Pacquiao would destroy Lomachenko. But that doesn't mean I think Lomachenko is not a great fighter. That doesn't mean that I think Lomachenko isn't as good as what they made him out to be. But I still think Lomachenko is one of the pound for pound best today. And I think Teofimo Lopez didn't school him on, I think it was a 7-5 kind of fight. He deserves a rematch. And he should get a rematch. So anyone that says otherwise, I'm going to disagree with you. He wasn't exposed. He wasn't, this was a close fight. This was a close fight. Lomachenko really dominated the second part of the fight. Apart from the last round, he dominated the second half of the fight. Right? The first half, he didn't do anything. I wouldn't say Lomachenko was dominated. Yeah, maybe you could say Teofimo didn't allow him to do anything. But the first half of the fight, right? Lomachenko didn't do a lot. He didn't throw anything. He was afraid of Teofimo might clip him. And that's his own fault. And a wrong strategy, wrong game plan. But to say he doesn't deserve a rematch, come on guys, you guys know better than that. I want to see Teofimo do it again. I want to see if Teofimo can go in the ring with Lomachenko again and do it again. Don't win the lottery and then run off. Don't win the lottery and run off. A true warrior will do it again. Simple as that. If I believe, like Floyd Mayweather didn't have to fight Marcus Maidana again, but Floyd Mayweather believed he was the better fighter. That's why he fought him again. He didn't have to fight him again. No one would have said anything if he didn't fight him again. He didn't have to, but he did fight him again. Roberto Duran didn't have to fight Sugar Ray Leonard again. But he wanted a fight. He wanted to prove he was the better man. And pound for pound, he probably was the better man. Moving up that many weight classes. This is what I'm trying to say to people, that I'm not buying it. When Teofimo coming out, no rematch, nothing, this, that. They're just playing hard to get because they feel like they've won the lottery. I like Teofimo Lopez. He's a great fighter. It's great what he did. He beat one of the pound for pound. It was not a big upset, but it was an upset. But the fact is, if you feel you're the better fighter, which they feel, his dad and him are saying that they feel they're the better fighter, then do it again. Makes sense, right? But to kind of make out that we're not going to give him a rematch, we're not going to do it again, for me, it seems like one of those situations where you won the lottery and you're not willing to do it again because you're afraid you may lose in the rematch. I don't know why Lomachenko wouldn't deserve a rematch. It was 7-5. It was a close fight. He should get a rematch. 1,000,000% should get a rematch. And anyone that thinks otherwise just has some kind of agenda. Lomachenko deserves a rematch against Teofimo Lopez. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Listen, I like Teofimo. But the fact is, some of the comments that has come out with that are not rematch, this, that. I don't know whether they're just playing hard to get. Maybe they want a better deal this time. They want a huge. There was no rematch clause. But come on. Let's be real. All of us would want to see that fight again. It wasn't like it was a blowout. It wasn't like it was a mismatch where Lomachenko can't win the rematch. It's one of them where I think Teofimo should fight Lomachenko again. It wasn't a mismatch. He didn't blow Lomachenko out. If you know boxing, he didn't blow Lomachenko out. Lomachenko came back in the second half of the fight. And if you look at all the analysts and everyone's scorecard, most people had it 7-5, some people had it 6-6, some people had it 8-4. But I can accept all of those scorecards. Anything else, I think you're talking nonsense. If your scorecard was 9-3 or your scorecard, please explain how Teofimo won from 7 to 11. Please explain how he won from round 7 to round 11. He didn't, in my opinion. The fight was, in my opinion, 7-5 to Teofimo Lopez. That's my scorecard. For me, Teofimo won all the first 6 rounds and he won the 12th round. 7 to 11, Lomachenko won everything. I don't even think you could make a case for Teofimo because he was getting dominated in those rounds. I know Teofimo's dad's come out and said that 119, 111 or whatever, 1019 or 109 or whatever the scorecard was. Teofimo's dad said that we agree with that. Listen, I can't agree with that scorecard. There's no way that Lomachenko only won 1 or 2 rounds in that fight. He won way more than that. It was a close fight. But the reason why everybody keeps saying Lomachenko was exposed because nobody was expecting Teofimo to win. So the fact that Teofimo actually won the fight and won 7-5, people think that Lomachenko got schooled when really he didn't get schooled. It was a close fight that Teofimo won for sure. There's no doubt about it. Teofimo won that fight. But to say that Lomachenko got schooled, and that's just nonsense. He didn't get schooled. There was times in the fight where he was getting outboxed because of the fact that Lomachenko wasn't throwing any punches. And that's probably down to the fact that Teofimo wasn't allowing him to throw punches. But nevertheless, when Lomachenko started stepping on the gas, he was landing punches. And he was out landing and winning the rounds over Teofimo when he started finally, throwing some punches. He started winning the rounds. But in terms of the fight, yes, Teofimo won the fight. But I want to see the rematch. I want to see a rematch. I want to see Teofimo v Lomachenko again. I think it's a brilliant fight. And I do think this time there'll be more fireworks, maybe from the start. Maybe this time Teofimo stops him. Maybe this time Lomachenko outboxes him. But it's still an intriguing fight. It's not a fight which you could say that, I don't want to see it. Maybe like people say about Fury Wilder. Because Fury Wilder, people just think that Fury will do exactly what he did the second time again. I don't know. And firstly, that was such a dominant performance by Fury. It was a one-sided fight. This was not a one-sided fight. This was a competitive, close win for Teofimo Lopez. There's a difference. That's why I want to see a rematch. But again, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Lomachenko deserves a rematch or not? Leave your thoughts and I'll get back to all of you. Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.